Hi everyone, Abdulwahab is here again. Today we'll be dealing with operators in Java. What are operators and what do they used for? Remember, the purpose of this tutorial is to take you through the basic of Java programming language, and I'll be showing you all what you'll be using in our when we are dealing with data structure and algorithm. That is when we are solving some questions on data structure and algorithm. So these are the things we'll be using. That's why I'm taking you through them now, that it won't be difficult when we are in data structure and algorithm section. So today we are dealing with operators, and Java supports 4 operators. Number 1 is arithmetic operators, that is the addition operators, subtraction operator, division operator, multiplication and modulus, and so on. These are what arithmetic operators. And also we have bitwise operators. The third one is logical operators. The fourth one is relational operator, that is we use this relational operator to relate to values. Do you get it now? Now again, we'll be dealing with arithmetic operators today. In our next video we'll be dealing with logical operator, relational operator, and bitwise operator. Now let's go to arithmetic operators today. Now I'll be solving some example on arithmetic operators. Now the first one is this. I created a class with a public class basic operator. This is how we declare a class in Java, because anything we are doing in Java is a must for us to create a class. We create a class first, and I'm making this class public because I want it to be accessible by other classes. That is, other class can use this class that I'm creating. Now public static void main, this method is very crucial. It's crucial in Java programming language because this is our execution point. That is, every code we have written in Java is going to be executed in this main method, and without this main method our code is not going to be executed. Do we get it now? Now I created, now let me uncomment this. Now this is what we are dealing with. This is our first example. Yeah, I created a variable x of integer type and assigned 1 plus 1 to it. 1 here is called an operand, that is what the operator is working on, that is the value the operator is working on. This addition operator here, and this is another operand, which is 1. That is, I'm having 2 operands here and I'm having 1 operator here, which is addition. Now the second one, I created another variable y, and this variable is of what? Int type. Here I have x as an operand, then plus an addition operator here, and 4 operand. Do you get it now? And double z, which is what? X divided by y. Y is an operand, division sign is an operator, and 5 is also an operand. Remember, double is quite different from integer. Whenever I'm having double, that is, I'll be assigning a value with what? Decimal point to it. An integer, I can't assign value of decimal point to an integer. There will be an error. So value of whole number, that is 15 minus 15, 16 minus 16, or 4 minus 4 is what we assigned to integer. Now I want to print this value, the value of integer x, which is 1 plus 1. This is how we print values in Java. I've already talked about this in our previous video. The value of x plus is what? Plus x. Look at this line of code very well. See this, the comment here, and this one. This one now, I'm hard coding. That is, this value is going to be shown, but it's not going to affect my code. That's what hard coding is all about. Then here, I'm concatenating. We use plus and the value of value and the value x to concatenate. That is, the value that I want to print is assigned here. That's concatenation. I'm using plus to concatenate. Java use plus to concatenate. That's what we use in Java. And the second one, I'm printing the second value, which is y. I'm printing the value of y here, which is x plus 4. That is 2 plus 4. So the value of 2 plus 4 is going to be printed here. And the third one, the value of z, that is here, is going to be printed at the fourth one. The value of what? E is going to be printed here. Now let me comment this one so it's not going to affect my code. not going to affect the result. So this is how we comment in Java whenever we are commenting on a code with lines, with many lines, not only one line. So if I run this one now, if I run this particular code now, this is what I will get. I'm using Eclipse as an IDE, and the shortcut for printing values in Eclipse is Ctrl plus F11. So if I press Ctrl plus F11 now, I'm going to have my result. Now, as you can see, the value of x is equal to 2, which is true here. 1 plus 1 is 2. The value of y is 6, which is 2 plus 4. The value of z is y divided by 5, which is 6 divided by 5, which is 1.0. And the value of z minus x, that is 2, and 1 minus 2 is minus 1.0. Because it's double, that's why it's having decimal point. Now let's quickly go to the second example. Let me comment this one out so it's not going to affect my result. Now I'll comment the second example. So this is what I'll be working on. Remember, all of them are in this main method. Do you get it now? So now here I'm creating another variable. Sorry, we are dealing with the modulus arithmetic operator here. So modulus is also part of arithmetic operator. And what is modulus all about? Modulus operator only prints the remainder value. That is, when I'm dividing two particular value, the remainder is what's going to be printed whenever I'm using modulus. So that's what modulus is all about. Now the modulus operator returns the remainder of division operation. It can be applied to floating point types or integers. What this statement means that I can divide values with decimal point, and that remainder is going to be given as a result. Also, I can also divide a value without integer point, without any integer value, and without any decimal value, without any decimal point, and the result is going to be printed. Now, integer AB, I'm creating a variable AB and assigning 4 to it. Also double XY and assigning 24.32 to it. And I'm printing their value, that is AB modulus 10, that is AB divided by 10. And the remainder is what I'm going to be printed here. Now, AB modulus 10, that is the result after dividing AB by 10. The remainder after dividing AB by 10 is what I'm going to get here. Also, XY modulus 10, that is the remainder after I've divided 24.32 by what? By 10. The value is what I'm going to get here. Let me run the line of code and see what the value is. Ctrl plus F11. Now, as you can see, AB modulus 10 is equal to what? 4. Everyone knows that whenever we are dividing 4 by 10, it's going to be 0.4. Now, that 0.4 is 0, and the point is going to be neglected, and the value after the decimal is going to be printed. Also, 24.32 divided by 10 will be having something like 0.243 something. So the value before the decimal will be neglected, and the value after the decimal will be printed. That's why we're having 4.32. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? The reason why we're having 4.32 here is because we are dividing decimal value. Added bin is only integer value now. This 4 is going to be neglected, and we only have 3.2 only. Do you get it now? So that's that for that. That's what modulus is all about. Let me comment this one out so it's not going to affect my code, and go to the example 3. Now in example 3, you have to be very careful here, because we are dealing with something that's far different from what I've discussed above. Now here we are dealing with increment and decrement arithmetic operators. What are increment arithmetic operator, and what is decrement arithmetic operator? The increment operator, this is what increment operator is. plus plus, it increases its operand by 1. That is, if operand is 2 and I'm applying plus plus to it, it's going to increase it by 1. It's going to be what? 3. The value is going to be 3 like that. Where the decrement operator, that's minus minus, decreases its operand by 1. That is, if the value is 3 and I'm assigning decrement operator to it, that is, it's going to decrease 3 by 1. And so I'm going to have 2 like that. Do we get it now? Again, these two operators can be represented in postfix. That is, the operand comes first, then after the operand, then we now assign the operator. That's what postfix is all about. And prefix, that is, the operator comes first, then comes the what? The operand. And I cited 2 examples here. Postfix, this is what I mean by postfix. As you can see, the operand comes first here, then increment operator follows. Also, x minus minus, the operand comes first, then what? The increment operator follows. And prefix is here. That is, the operator comes first, then operand comes next. Also, the same thing happens here. Now, this is my example. Integer b is equal to 2. That is, I'm creating variable b and I'm assigning value 2 to it. Integer c is equal to 4. That is, I'm creating a variable c and I initialized it to 4. Here, I only define the variable. I did not initialize here. That's the variable d of integer type. It doesn't have any value. That is, I did not initialize it. Integer e, that is, I'm creating a variable e of integer type without any value. That shows that it's not initialized. Now, look at this point very well. I have d is equal to plus plus d. That is, increment operator comes before the operand, which shows that it's what? It is prefix. And whenever it is prefix like that, this is all what it means. That is, the value will be incremented first before ascending to b and d. Here, b will be incremented first by 1 before ascending to d. This line of code, this is what it means. I'll be having b is equal to what? Plus plus b. That is, b now. The value of b now will be what? The value of b plus 1. That is, b is here, right? Which is 2. Now, b now will be what? Plus plus b, that's plus 2. 1 plus 2, which is 3. Now, b will be 3 like this. Now, that 3 will now be assigned to d. Now, d now will now be b. That is the new value of b that I got here after I've already incremented the previous one. So, d is now going to be b. So, d is going to be 3 like that. Do we get it now? Now, let's go to the second one. Here, E is equal to C++, not C++ language. I'm only using C++ here as an example. You can use any other value like D, F, and so on. Now, here, C is going to be assigned because this one is what? It's postfix. That is, the value of C will be assigned to E first before incrementing the value of C. This is what I'm talking about. E will be what? Will be equal to C first. Then after that, I will now assign new value of C. C++. That's what it means. It's just the opposite of this one. Do you get it now? Here, C is assigned to E first before incrementing the value of C. Here now, if C is 4, E is going to be 4. Do you get it now? Because the value of C is assigned to E before incrementing it. Now, the new value of C is now going to be 5. Do we get it now? Do we get it now? Fine. And look at this plot and look at this point. This plus plus. That is, I'm incrementing the value of D now. Remember, after I've already gotten the value of DA, which is 3. Now, I'm now incrementing that 3, which is going to be 4. Now, the value here, if I try to print the value here, the value of B is going to be 2. That is, here, I'm printing the value of B, which is 2. And here, I'm printing the value of C. And the new value of C here is 5. Remember, we have incremented the value of C here. and here I'm incrementing the value of D is going to be what? The value of C. Don't forget, it's going to be the value of D. The value of D here is going to be the value of B. Do you get it now? Which is 3. Now remember, D is now later incremented here by 1. So the value of D here will be what? 4, like that. And also E is going to be what? Plus E. That is, E is going to be the value of C. Only the value of C without increment. Do you get it now? Without incrementing the value of C. That was going to be the value of E here. Now the value of E here what? 4. So if I run this line of code now, this is going to be my value. Control plus F11. Now can we see it now? The value of B is 3. The value of B is 3. The value of C is 5. The value of D is 4, and the value of E is 4. Do you get it now? The value of B is 3 because B is incremented here. Do you get it now? The value of C is 5. Before we have 4. Now later it's later incremented here. That's 5. Also B was 2 here before. It was later incremented to 3. And also the value of D is 4. Now the value of D is 4. I'm going to print this one, which is 4. And the value of E is what? The value will be the value of D of C without incrementing it. It's going to be 4, like that. So this is going to be the end of the video today. In our next video, we'll be discussing about the following operators in Java. Kindly like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much.